And we're back.
We're back.
Welcome back to the Cavalry, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's going to be a good day. You're listening to the Cavalry. We're in a good mood. We've got great energy. Great energy.
We're really talking ourselves into I'm feeling very positive, although I want to just out of the gate, I got to talk. So one of your topics recently was how people have lost, like how crazy you have to be to get kicked out of a comedy show. Do you remember talking about that?
Yes.
Oh, I think we both
talk about this.
Yeah. And so the other night I had a show at a casino. It was a free show. And there were these awful women in the front row. They just happened to be women. That's not saying they're awful because they're women. They just were women and they were awful people. Awful people in the front row. Like heckling, and at first it was fine. She was just talking about being unemployed, and so I was making fun of her and what kind of loser doesn't have a job? Like a genius comedian that I am.
Right.
And goes on for a while. Then her friend sits down and she doesn't like that I'm talking to her. Well, it turns out the woman was unemployed because she refused to get the vaccine and she worked for the government. And so that's why there was tension around it. And then the other lady, so then I started talking about the vaccine, how dumb it is to lose your job that way.
And you knew this information at the time?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, because it was all coming out,
Okay.
And then she gets mad, the other lady, and she says, I'm not going to get it because my son is immunocompromised, and so he can't get it, so I'm definitely not going to get it. It's like, I don't think you I was like,
God.
we are so screwed. This is the information pipeline that's coming to people. We are people argue about masks when you have this kind of logic going on. Anyway, so whatever. It's like it was a free show. I think I made $300 for the evening's work.
Yeah.
I instantly regretted doing it and went to my hotel room, and I had to get up at like 2 a.m. to be able to drive around this peninsula to get to the airport in time to get my flight to go to Tennessee the next day. So it was like quite the ordeal. I get up at 2 a.m. and I get an email from someone who watched the show. Okay, not the two ladies who were heckling
Someone that
me.
was at the show.
Someone who was at the show. And he goes, I really wish you had done a better job shutting down those two hecklers. They ruined what would have otherwise been an enjoyable performance. I was like, wait a minute. So now I'm getting it from both ends. I'm getting it from the hecklers. It's bad enough. Now this guy's complaining about me not beating down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It was infuriating. I was so glad I did not read that before I went to bed, or else I wouldn't have slept a second. And I was just so angry because I was like, I think what really made me so mad is that it was a free show.
Right.
Like this guy has the balls. People are so entitled.
Well, you should get. I was surprised. I loved reading it, but you should give the gist of what your response was.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and pull it. I should have had it ready, but basically what I said was like, I admire the balls it takes to reach out directly to a performer, not even the venue. I could see complaining to the venue.
Right.
Like, hey, that comedian you had should have been better about destroying the hecklers or whatever. Not by the way, hey, why didn't the venue approach the hecklers? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like going to it's like complaining to the chef when the waiter doesn't bring your food on time. I don't know what the analogy would be. But then I said, you're like one of those people who writes a bad Yelp review about parks when you go and it's raining or something.
Yeah.
So then I was like, at the end, I basically was, what do you imagine it look like? I don't know what people expect from comedians when there's hecklers. Like, I guess they want us to just like rip them a new one so bad that they humbly admit defeat and get up and walk out of the room. But that doesn't really happen. The only way you get them to leave is you make them so angry that they get kicked out. Well, there's no one to kick them out. The only way that was going to end is they were going to rush the stage.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't going to leave, you know?
Yeah, a casino is not going to kick out
Anybody.
person that's at a free show. Yeah.
So all that. So then I say at the end, I was like, you should have used the balls it took to write me this email to just approach those women during the show. If they're bothering, then look at Mr. Big Shot here calling me out. You should have called them out during the show and saved your show. Take ownership of your own evening.
And no response, I assume.
No response. I was really hoping he would, because it had been good content. Just keep posting the responses, but
yeah.
No, I think he was. I don't know, probably just bored of it. But look, people. By the way,
he's used to Daniel Tosh saying, "Hey, I wish your mother raped her."
I know. Well, I thought about this because I was joking with my friend a long time ago. My friend Bo, who was on the show one time, we were talking about like just the dumbest ways to respond. He came up with this thing. We were like, "Your mom's pussy smells like a trash can." P.U. to say that on stage. And he said that to a heckler the other day. He said it like a year later, it got popped into his head, and he got T-shirts made that says your mom's pussy smells like a trash can. P.U. Just holding your nose and waving your hand in front of it. So I wish maybe I should have said that. God. Just out of total out of context, just out of nowhere. We should try that. Where are you going? Oh, you're going to Utah. Perfect.
Yeah, wise guy. That's going to go over great.
Make sure you use that this weekend. I will too. I'm doing a school fundraiser this weekend, so we both have a great opportunity to use. Well,
when you think of that, that's the problem with like these, he got burned. He burned the heckler. Like if you think of it, if you plan it ahead of time, you get trigger happy. So then you're just waiting. Someone's gonna like cough. I'll be like, your mom smells like a. P.U. That was mean.
Someone just like does an applause break and you get, hey, what was that? Yeah, I definitely think there's comics that go in looking for the confrontation.
What was that?
I don't enjoy it when I watch a lot of comedy. I don't enjoy it when the comedian goes too hard.
Oh, I know.
And it really gets awkward, and then they're like,
I get uncomfortable even watching it through a screen.
Yeah. And they're not even making jokes. They're just like, fuck you, screw you fucking suck, you fucking idiot. And then you're like, so that's what I was saying. Like, is that what I should have done? Should I just curse them out until it got so bad someone tried to fight me or leave? And by the way, that's what happens. People fight people now. Have you been watching Society? And like, they might be armed. There's a really good chance out there in the where I was. These anti-vaxxers, they probably bring a gun to the casino. I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah. So I just don't know what people expect. Okay.
I don't know. You did your job.
I did my job. I'm not a confrontational guy. I did call him out. I did talk to him about the absurdity of their stance to lose their job. Oh, she was like, I'm not. I was like, oh, are you on the unemployment? Because I thought about how stupid it was. She's like, I moved to, where were we? Kingston, Washington, and she's like unemployed. Like, you moved here to be unemployed, and then she's like, well, I'm not on the unemployment. I was like, why not? That's perfect for you. I'm not one of those people that takes from the government. Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. And then on the plane, I go on this plane this is just another example of society falling apart. A woman, this really frontier looking woman flying back from Tennessee, she's got her purse around her neck, and then the flight attendant's like, hey, you have to store that for takeoff. She gets so pissed. And she's not even talking about the mask. The mask is on. I thought this energy was reserved for masks. She takes the purse and she wraps it up and she just starts slamming it on the back of the chair of the guy in front of her. And he's like turning around going, what the fuck? And this lady's husband's there and he's just staring straight ahead like, do not engage my wife.
Oh
this
my
is only
God,
gonna get worse.
Humiliating.
And then she gets she's mad about the mask too, you can tell, but no one said it.
You were there, you saw this happen?
I'm sitting right next, like like across.
Where is the cell phone footage, my friend?
Oh, I was too
You wanna go
close.
viral?
I was too close. I'm not pulling my phone. I was like, I didn't even want to look at her in case this plane gets grounded. Because that's my biggest fear, is that we'll have to get like, rerouted or something. And then she starts spitting. She's so mad, so she takes the mask down. She's like spitting on the ground of the airplane.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I know. And the whole time it's happening right here. I'm like, should I say something? And I'm like, no, you shouldn't say something. Just get this plane to Dallas so I can get off with my life and go home.
That is insane. Oh my god.
People are losing it, man. It's unraveling.
That is crazy. Did tons of people have their cell phones out?
No, everybody was doing what I was doing. I think that's the new move on planes. People are like, this woman's crazy. Let her be crazy. Everyone's staring straight ahead or at their phones.
Yeah, they just want it to end. They don't want the spectacle to end.
And they just don't want the plane to get turned around. They're like, it doesn't behoove anyone to stop her. I was like, take your mask off. I don't care at this point. I'd rather that than to have to get turned around.
Right. Give me COVID. I just don't want to be late for this fucking
crash
show.
the plane more than turn around and go back to Knoxville. I'll risk it.
Oh, my God.
Land in a field somewhere. That was my weekend. Exciting life of being a comedian.
Gotta love speaking of being a comedian, my favorite thing about being a comedian just happened to me. So I'm scheduled for a club in 2 or 3 weeks, I think, and I get an email from the booker. Hey Johnny, so sorry, but due to a scheduling conflict, we gotta move your week. What's the scheduling conflict? So we figure out a new week. I look at the schedule, which the day before my name was on the schedule. Like, hey, Johnny Beaner's here. And
there was no conflict.
It's just another comedian. I'm like, I don't know what that scheduling conflict really was, other than, we'd rather have this other comedian.
Right. And when there's a scheduling conflict, they have to make a choice as to who to email. Right. Who was the other comedian? Can you say it or no?
Yeah, it was Adam Keaton Holland, who I like.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great. I'm sure, they were probably just like, he's got a TV show. We'll just have him in. But I had one where...
Why can't they just be honest? Why can't they just go, hey, we think, we've got this deal with Adam Keaton Holland. We wanted to bring him in. He doesn't have any availability,
It's interesting because I have had that happen. And I guess I do. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really...
It's an ego blow either way.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess when you hear... yeah, you're right. I guess I would rather hear that, which I have heard where they're like, hey, listen. Who was it? I'm trying to think. It was Nate Bargatze. They're like, hey, Nate Bargatze's in the area. He wants to do it. We are not in a place where we can turn this down. We got to find you another week. And it's like, that sucks, but okay.
No, see, that I get, and I appreciate that, because I feel like if the roles were reversed, and it's like I'm gonna play like a $1,200 club, but then I get offered like a $22,000 gig, I have to be able to tell the club like, hey, I can't afford not to take this huge.
True.
And that's probably the profit difference for them too, for us versus Nate Bargatze. So it's those shots only come around so often. So, but like Adam Keaton Holland is a little more subtle of a difference. It's not like Chris Rock, So it is like
who was it? There's now I can't think of his name, but he shoot, he has his running bit about, I call that joke. He names his jokes. Dan Cummins.
Oh yeah,
who I've never worked with, but I was doing. I mean, did you ever do Fat Daddies? It was in either North Dakota or South Dakota or Minnesota or something. But it was for Yoder. It was like a Friday, Saturday, just whatever. Yeah. It's fine. But and it was just, and this was like a week out, and they're like, hey, Dan is in the area and wanted to do the club because he has a college nearby, so we're gonna move you. And he great. I've heard he's a nice guy. Sure, nothing against him, but whatever.
Yeah.
He's not He's not Nate Bargatze. He's not
Yeah.
Chris Rock. I mean, and
Yeah.
especially at the time this happened. I mean, this was probably, I
Well,
don't
and
know,
also
10
like
years ago.
I've told funny business exactly that. I've said, hey, I've got a college. I'm in the area. Do you have anything? And they've plenty of times just told me, no, we don't have anything available. Why can't they tell Dan Cummins that? He'll be fine.
I know, exactly.
He doesn't need
Oh,
big
he's doing
daddies.
a college? Oh, so he's making twice what I'm making this whole weekend? Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't need fat daddies. He can just book his own room somewhere.
Oh, my God.
Funny Business sent me I'm doing this laugh camp for them
Yeah.
in St.
I've done
Paul.
it.
It's like, all right, let's just call brass tacks here.
Is
800
this post-show?
This is post-show banner maybe, but whatever. No one's going to send it to him. Like 800
Well, don't
bucks.
give him the idea to send it to him.
So it's not a lot of money, right? But it's like good. I feel like, it's good to do these too, because it's like they've thrown also really good money gigs, like virtual stuff. And so I'm trying to they're good. They've been good to me over the years. And so I'm happy to do it. And it's probably going to be fun and great.
Yeah, will be fun.
She sends this email today, like to confirm. And then she goes, here's a ticket link. Please promote. I'm like, okay, I'll promote, but what are you expecting for that? Do I have a bonus structure? Is there some sort of it's $800?
Right. Like,
much-
what do you?
how much-
What beyond what I normally
You know
do?
how?
Like,
Do you know how mad I will be if I promote and it's sold out, like both shows for what I'm getting paid?
yeah.
I will be. I can't have too many people there, or else I will not enjoy myself because the whole time I'll be thinking how much I'm getting screwed. So it's a fine line.
And that has happened to me. I did that
Oh,
in
of
Milwaukee
course.
a lot, like years ago, where it was like 2 sold out shows, and I had fought for a door deal, and they were like, well, they're not able to.
Right.
And I
course.
was like, took the ticket price, the numbers, and I was so effing pissed because if I hadn't, I brought I pitched the show, and if I didn't, they were just going to be dark that night. So it was just like me handing them thousands of dollars. I was so pissed.
Yeah. It's a lesson learned. I was trying to do that with this club. The physical building, that's where I started. The club has changed names and owners. It's now called Laughs in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
What
like,
was
hey,
it called when you started?
Giggles.
Oh, okay.
It's upgraded to
Ooh,
Laughs.
rebranding. Okay.
And in between it was a strip club, so they're
Oh.
really
Chuckles.
no, called Jiggles, I swear to God. It went from Giggles to Jiggles to Laughs. And
They're
the guy
trying to
thought
save on the sign.
the guy thought he was
What's the
brilliant.
J?
I don't think they ever changed the sign, to be honest with you. But
Yeah, that's funny.
so I said same thing. I was like, I've been experimenting with like promotional strategies, and if you guys are interested in doing some sort of door deal, and then they're like, well, and then they came back with this thing like a flat fee, and then bonuses if you hit certain number of ticket sales, right? So it's an extra 500 if you sell this many extra, but it's like, it's weird logic because it's like, I forget what it is. Like, so if let's say it's after 300 tickets for the weekend sold, you get another $500. But if you sell 299, you get nothing. So it's like a
Right.
game show or something. And it feels easily manipulatable.
Just sneak out to your car and put a mustache on and go in. Oh, 1 ticket, please.
I know, because it's going to cost me $20, but it's going to make me 500.
Right.
So I'm like, it's an odd way to do it. Why can't you do it but this is the business we've chosen.
And then you always got to wonder, I'm trusting them with the
I know.
numbers.
And that's the other thing. It's like, so the only real way to control all that is just book your own venue and sell your own tickets on Eventbrite, but that's a lot of work too. So hey,
yeah, we didn't get into
listen to
this
us
business to do
complaining.
Work. I know.
Got the greatest jobs in the world.
I know.
Anti-vaxxers yelling at us from the front row. People spitting on airplanes. People writing emails complaining the next day.
About the security to the performer.
I mean, honest to God.
That's hilarious.
All right. Well, buddy, should we get into it?
Sure. You don't want to hear about how I got a new microwave?
I do want to hear how you got a new microwave.
Well,
Oh.
last week we talked about the new oven, or maybe that was the week before. But I just installed above the. This is so boring.
You installed it?
This is what has consumed my mind. So it's like all I have to think of, like that has happened in the events, before this recording. But it's like we took out the old one, and it's been in the garage, and then the new one arrived like yesterday, and. Microwaves have like vent, like they have a vent. You have to hook it up, and then it goes through the wall, through the duct, and like.
Yeah. Does yours actually go outside? Ours isn't actually connected to anything. It like vents up to the attic, and then that's it. It doesn't actually.
Oh, it just goes in the attic.
Yeah, the guy never, and I haven't done it.
I don't even know. It has to be outside because cold air has been blowing in that hole for the last week.
Oh, okay.
But our new microwave. The ductwork doesn't fit the old ductwork. And so what am I going to, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not going to change the size of so I just sealed it up with this like tape, and then I changed the microwave. So it's like a recirculating, you can like make it so it doesn't, it just blows into your kitchen.
Yeah.
It's not as great, and you have to change a filter, but so now that's what we did. So then I had to have me and Aaron hold the microwave up while I fasten it through the cabinets above and all that shit, and it's probably going to fall down onto the new oven.
I'm impressed you installed it. We're getting a new dishwasher, and Costco pays for the install, so that was like a deal. That was a deal breaker for me. I was like, they have to take it away, the old one. They got to install the new one. I'm not doing anything with that.
Oh, that's good. We should reserve an episode for just talking about that, because I'm doing the same thing. We're getting a new dishwasher, and they're installing it. So that'll be pre-show banter for when we both get that done.
What a teaser.
Stay tuned.
They're going to cancel us for this one, Johnny. Once again,
cliffhangers on the Cavalry.
We jump headfirst into the culture wars. Appliance talk. I do want to get a new stove, because let me ask you a question. Your oven, that's the air fryer and everything, and it has the cooktop. Is it gas or electric?
Electric.
See, that's what I want. I don't like
that
this
what you
gas.
have?
No, we have gas. And the gas, I've been reading all this stuff about how it's like horrible for you. Like it leaks all the time. Even when it's off, it'll leak. And then even having the combustion is bad for like developed kids get asthma, more often from it. And it's no good. So I want to get rid of it. And 2 of our burners don't work. But then also that's like very expensive, I think, to get a new stove. So what did it run you?
Oh God, we bought that and the microwave and the dishwasher all together.
Oh, did they give you a deal? From
No.
like an appliance place? Oh. They charge you more?
No,
like, hey,
we went to...
if you're going to buy 3 of these, we got to charge you a little bit more. I mean, that's a lot of work for us.
We went to Discount Bandit. This is how cheap I am.
Discount Bandit? Oh, that's the most Midwest.
Have you ever heard of it?
No, but it's the most Midwest.
Their commercials are like, did I get a great top-of-the-line product? I sure did. Was there any technical support? Nope, not at all. Did it take a really long time to get here? Yes, it did. But I saved $500. Like they advertise that we are going to get you a good price, and that's it.
Wow.
Because they'll get your bid, or they have prices. You just shop on there. I didn't know this till after I bought it. And then they send you an email that's like, this is how it works. We took your money, and now we're going to go try and get those items that we sold you, because we have access to discounts that people don't have. And if in the rare case that we can't get it for the price we promised, we'll just give you your money back. But it's such a good price that it might take 2 or 3 months to get your stove, And I was like, whatever, we have an old stove. Fine.
Yeah, so actually, with appliances, that's not a bad idea, because, I'm in no rush. I mean, our dishwasher really sucks, but we've gone this long with it, Yeah. I would wait another 2 months. We just did Costco.
I love Costco.
Costco takes it away, installs it, all for free. They have very limited model, so you have to like kind of
You have to
go
like what they have.
of these like 6 dishwashers, which one do you like? But
No.
I don't care. It can't be
Or
worse than the one we have.
we stretched out our plan. Just when you think we're done, we stretch out our appliance talk.
Appliance talk.
Well, shout out to Discount Bandit. Didn't mean to give them a
Discount Bandit
plug.
and Costco. Free sponsor. Oh, God, we keep giving away this free advertising.
But to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know how much. It was a Samsung. It's got probably $2,000. Is that like way high?
No, I don't know. I mean,
I don't even remember.
it sounds like a lot, but like I don't know what a stove costs, so
No.
I got to save up for that. Maybe next year we'll get
To sell some.
the air
DVDs.
fryer one.
Yeah. Sorry, countertop.
All right, that's been appliance talk, everybody.
Yeah, that's
If
a
you've
new
made it
segment.
if you've made it this far and haven't thrown your phone into the ocean, then now we're going to do
Now is your chance.
to back each other up. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to?
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
This is a fresh one. I had some on the burner, but I saw your. All right, this is my topic. It's all about, and stop me if we've talked about this already. But commenting, the topic is commenting on people's posts. When people post hilarious things,
Yes.
if you're gonna make I just don't think you should try to make a joke also respond. If it's a joke post and your joke is not as funny,
Right.
just don't say
like
anything.
it.
Just like it. Just like it.
Just
That's
like
it.
Share it.
Share it. Share it. Oh my God, this is hilarious. You tweet. What did you? You tweeted. I always bring my Oakleys to the dentist so I don't look like a stupid dork. And because I had just been to the dentist like a week ago, so I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. And then I'm like, okay, word. And I was like, I was gonna make some joke about, wow, you're lucky. My dentist just throws the dirty underpants over my eye or some stupid shit. And then I was like, you know what?
So you showed restraint.
I did. I was like, you know what? I don't want to try to take away from his joke and be like, oh, thanks for the setup. Now here's the real punchline, It's like, no, that's funny.
The only thing that's worse is when people clearly don't get the joke and then make the exact joke you made, but less subtly. So like I can't even think of a good example, but it's like something, whatever, and then go, yeah, maybe you did that because you're fat. And you're like, yeah, that's what the implication was. It's like, oh, I fell through a dock the other day. Yeah, maybe you need to lose a few pounds. Yeah, dipshit. That was what the joke was. I was that's a one for me. It's a real pet peeve is when you're being self-deprecating and someone just blows past that and deprecates you.
Right.
It's like that was the whole point of me being self-deprecating was to disarm you from making
exactly.
This.
Oh, you get it. You get it.
I'm with you. Yeah, just
that
comment.
Is the worst.
It's ha ha ha.
Share.
Share
That's what
it.
you gotta do. Share. I didn't even retweet. I should have retweeted it.
You should have retweeted.
You should have.
That actually happened to me today. Well, it didn't happen, but I went to the dentist and I have sunglasses I keep in the car because I always forget my sunglasses. So in the little sunglass holder in the Prius, shout out to the Prius.
Your Oakleys?
Not great. They're not Oakleys. They're gas station, whatever.
Sure.
But I put them in my sweatshirt pocket. I didn't realize, and when I went into the dentist, not thinking about it, and then she got outside, and I almost was like, "Oh no, I actually have my own," but I didn't because I was like, "I'll let her give me the stupid."
Yeah.
ones.
Then she'll think, "Oh, he brings his in." Okay.
What a vain asshole! He brings his own sunglasses.
Brings in his
But you coulda helped me-
$9 big dog gas station.
You could have helped me with that joke because I was like, I want to say a funny brand of sunglasses that I think are cool, but maybe other, like Oakleys are kind of like not cool anymore, I think, or Oakley's still cool.
Yeah, I don't think you could have beat it. I mean, the funniest thing is just stupid
bringing your
dork.
own.
Just saying stupid dork.
Stupid dork. Stupid dork is funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. Dork is still a funny. Dork is great because it's like a funny hard K It's a great comedy
Yeah.
word because it's not really a swear word, but it still makes me
Yeah.
laugh. Like I was gonna say like an asshole. Like I don't want to look like an asshole would make me laugh, but then I was like, oh, that's dirty. I don't know. I don't like to swear so much on the tweets.
Yeah. What
like
if
a challenge.
children are following you?
I have a lot of child followers.
That you lured into following
A
you?
lot of 12-year-olds follow me on Twitter.
Yeah. That's a wham bam. That's a good. You got yeah.
I'm with you. I'm
Back it
backing
up.
you up. I want to tell a dentist thing though,
Okay.
because Kyle McClure commented on the not in the way you're talking about. He didn't try to one up the joke,
Oh, okay.
but he talked about he had an experience. He just wanted to share an experience at the dentist, and I told him I'd bring it up on the show. But he went, and at the end of the whole thing, the hygienist or the dentist said, "Okay, nice to meet you, Mark." And he was like, "Mark," and then he looked at the sheet, and it was Mark, some other guy named Mark's file, and they had
Yeah.
like done 2 extractions. He's like, "I hope I really needed those extractions."
Holy shit! That's wow.
I mean, it's insane.
Huh?
So
Wow,
back it up.
I want to hear the end of that. That
I
sounds
know.
Like more than
Well,
just a silly
I know.
anecdote.
Kyle,
Sounds
if you're
like
listening, tell us more. Did you get to the bottom of it? Did they really take teeth you didn't need? I gotta have more information. So,
sounds like a lawsuit
backing up. Yeah, definitely a lawsuit situation. Backing up Kyle on malpractice issues with the
Right.
dentist.
Wow.
Okay,
All right, I'm ready.
You're
I got
ready
my
for
backup
this?
pants on. Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to. This might be a slam dunk, but it might. I don't know. This will all be curious. So I talked about my casino experience. Obviously, I was in a very foul mood before
Yes.
and after. In fact, before, I forgot to say this part, but like before I went on stage, it was a free show. It's very sparsely populated. It's like, cigarette smoke everywhere. I'm like, oh, this is going to be awful. What? It's already like, there's this great guy opening. It was like more of a co-headline thing. He was doing like 45 to open, then I was going to do 45 to close. And then Michael Harrison. Do you know him?
Where's he out of?
I think New York now, but he's Canadian, I think, originally. But anyway, so I really had a pep talk with myself before I went on stage. Like, you know what? This is the type of show in the past you've been in a bad mood and you would have gone out, maybe mailed it in, maybe not, maybe gone out with certain assumptions about who these people are and not given them your best attitude or perform. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go out. There's probably some people out there who really need a show or want a good show, so I'm going to try my best. And then look what happens. I get fucking shit from both ends.
Right.
But here's what I need backup on. They should ban smoking in casinos.
Oh.
Now, listen. Everyone's like, but it's the last place you can still smoke. But what is the logic to that? Like, why do they justify banning smoking in restaurants, right? Because they're like, well, it's unhealthy for the people who work there. And they have to have a job, so why should they suffer their health? So how do you get around that with casino? How is it not unhealthy for the people who work in the casinos?
Is that why they banned it in restaurants?
That
Or
was their
everyone
justification.
coming in was like, ugh, this fucking place smells like an asshole.
Well, no, but like back then, I don't know if you remember. Like, of course you remember, but like, I remember when I first started doing comedy, they still allowed smoking in the comedy club, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's gonna kill the business if they ban smoking. No one's gonna go out to bars anymore. No one's gonna go out to restaurants anymore. It's gonna kill my business." It didn't kill anybody's. Nobody gave a shit. Like, oh, it smells way better in here. I never knew I could go home and not stink like ass.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Remember
comedians
taking your
love it,
clothes
yeah.
off the fucking second? I have in my suitcase now the shirt and pants I wore. I wrapped in one of the plastic bags just so it wouldn't infect the rest of my suitcase with cigarette smoke smell.
Yeah.
And so the other thing is like, so then that's what the casinos would say, right? Like, you can't ban smoking because nobody would come to the casino anymore. It's like, the casino is the last place that needs to worry about. You already have one addiction that you're feeding off of. You shouldn't get to have two. It should be
Yeah.
like you're the only place you can gamble and the only place you can smoke. That's like too many addictions you're
Yeah,
profiting on.
yeah, they're being greedy, and it's a social injustice that they're allowing it because they're just allowing people to sit there and just kill themselves. They have a
Yeah.
social responsibility,
Yes.
just like the comedy clubs. They, you know what? They were like, we have a responsibility to better society. We're gonna stop. We're gonna not allow smoking anymore.
Well, the comedy clubs did not decide to ban smoking as much as
Yeah.
I wish they would have, but the state had to, right? Like
Yeah.
each state. I don't know, maybe there are some places you can still smoke in comedy clubs. What a nightmare that would be.
Yeah, the Fort Worth Hyenas is non-smoking, but that's probably one of the ones that held on the longest. As far as I mean, I think they're 2 locations away from when they
Oh,
did.
really?
But I remember working there and being like, "Holy shit, I haven't seen this in a while." Just clouds of smoke in the middle
Uh,
of you're doing your bit, and then there's just a
I know, like even in
wow.
Vegas, like they don't let you smoke like in the showroom. No, most of the
Okay.
time, you can smoke at the casino, but not the show. But then, like, I worked in Laughlin. You ever do that one in Laughlin?
Yeah, Edgewater.
Yeah, and you could they let them smoke in the showroom. And then I
Oh,
remember like by the end of that weekend, my voice is just throat is trashed because you're talking for an hour, like fighting through clouds of smoke. It's awful. And like,
uh,
who are we keeping this going for? Like, everybody sees where it's heading, right? Like, smoking
yeah,
is very bad for you. We, you can smoke outside. Go smoke outside. You know?
yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I don't know. I mean, because I mean, that's one thing. Like, you got your new baby, and with 3 kids, it's just like I'm not super worried about my kids growing up and smoking because it's not.
No.
It's just on its way out. I mean, there's gonna be something else, there's
Yeah, yeah,
vaping
like the
shit, but
vaping now, but at least I guess the vaping's bad for you too. But then, like, at
Mhm.
least the vaping doesn't ruin my day and make
Right,
me stink. You know what I mean? I'd much rather
exactly.
have a bunch of vapors
Yeah,
at a club than a bunch of smokers.
yeah.
Just get rid of it. Come on, casinos, get some ball. First of all, I guess because in like
Yeah, show you
Washington,
care.
they don't have to abide by the laws because it's like Indian casinos, so they have their own.
Oh,
But I mean, come on. Just it's going to take some bravery. Somebody's going to have to be the first to do it. But I bet your business would actually improve. I bet there's more non-smokers than smokers.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally,
Take a
totally got you.
chance.
I can't think. I mean, is casino literally where else can you smoke indoors? I guess airports have like designated weird
Only
spare
some of them.
rooms.
Yeah, like really like do they even still have those? I'm trying to think of which
I don't
airport.
know. I feel like I've seen them, like Vegas.
Maybe
I
in
know has them.
Atlanta maybe. Did I remember Atlanta used to have those? Vegas, yeah.
Yeah,
So I think Vegas is probably the only state where you can just smoke inside everywhere because they
yeah.
don't have the like Native American casino thing. It's just they have legalized gambling, of course. But
Huh.
get rid of it. That's
Got
my
rid of it.
that's my take. Ban
Get
smoking
rid of it.
everywhere. I don't care. I remember when comedians. Oh my god, the older comedians at the time, the ones when I started, because I was like 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
They when they were gonna ban smoking in Seattle or Washington State or whatever it was. They bitch. So, this is horrible. This is gonna ruin the comedy. This is nanny state. All this stuff. Oh my god, they went on and on and on. What a massive loss. Like, is anyone keeping score on when people are wrong?
Huh?
There are a lot of people who are like so wrong about banning smoking indoors. Like it's been universally one of the greatest things, one
Yeah.
of the greatest laws of my lifetime that they've ever passed. I can't think of a way that's benefited me more than banning smoking inside.
Well, we're also non-smokers, so I mean, if
Yeah,
we
but
were
most people aren't.
smokers,
Most people are
right?
most people are non-smokers. So it's like, yeah, that's the point. It's like
Yeah.
you're hindering, and it's not like it's like a non-consequence for me. My life sucks if someone's smoking next to me.
Yeah. Right. And why are we? Yeah, if you have to pick a group to cater to,
exactly.
why are you catering to the smaller group that is hurting themselves?
Right. It's like tyranny of the minority.
Yeah, exactly. That's putting it intelligently.
I don't even know if that's a phrase. Anyway, well, that's it.
That's it. Is that so? That's all right. That was a good one. That was good, right?
Yeah.
Good length for an episode. Wrap it up.
that's we had appliance talk.
Appliance talk, extended version.
Do you have anything you want to plug, Mr. Beaner? You will have already been in Utah by the time this comes out.
Yes, I'll have just gotten back from Utah. I will be at the San Luis Obispo Festival this coming Thursday through Sunday.
Back in sunny.
And I will be bringing Scott Beaner and Melissa Beaner, who will be coming up to hang out and visiting in my hotel room.
Siblings up to no good.
Yeah.
Rip that town
Mothers,
up.
lock up your daughter. Wait, what? Yeah. It's going to be a hootenanny. That will be fun. It will be fun. It'll be interesting because
it sounds like fun.
I'll be juggling, hanging out with comics and my brother and sister.
That sounds like a lot
but
of
they've
fun.
both done stand-up.
Put them on the show.
There you go.
Your sister's done stand-up too?
She's done it. She did it in Seattle. She lived in Seattle for a while. No, she did it at what was the Seattle Underground? Is that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of the.
She did there when I was there performing also, but she opened for me at Marquette. She performed at an open mic in Seattle when I was there doing that Underground, and then she did a show at the Groundlings Theater when we did our show.
Yeah, the Comedy Underground, one of the last places in Seattle you could smoke in the showroom.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
What a nightmare. I'll be at the Laugh Camp Comedy Club that I'm now promoting.
You are now promoting.
But
Cavalry.
If you're listening to this, I don't know what it seats. Let's say it seats 150 people in the room. That's usually about average.
About right.
And you're thinking to yourself, and you live in like St. Paul, and you're like, you know what? I got like 250 friends who love comedy, and I'm gonna don't bring that many, because that'll make me angry.
Andrew.
Bring 15 of them, 15, 20. I feel like I've done my job. If I can get 15 or 20 people to come, that's plenty. Let's not go crazy.
I'm excited. I'm gonna isolate this clip, and I'm gonna tag the club in the clip.
I mean, can you imagine if it's just like sold out to the point where there's a line around the door and they're adding extra shows, and then it's like, here's $800.
Yeah, that would be frustrating. If I was in your shoes, if I was in your shoes and that happened, I mean, I would just tell myself, well, this must happen every week. They need to pay their comedians more. This is not because I promoted my brains out.
No, of course. Because that does, like, that's the thing. That's the comedian's ego. Sometimes a place sells out because it's like the weather is a certain way, and it's just one of those nights, nothing else is going on, and they have a big group from out of town, and it's a date night thing, whatever. Sometimes they just sell out, or they've given away a bunch of tickets. You never really know why it's full. But and this is me promoting my shows.
Laugh Camp.
Laugh Camp.
Yes.
Bring your sleeping bags, folks. We're going to Laugh Camp. And then I'm going to be in Bozeman, Montana, March 3rd. So if anybody listening in Bozeman, it's a cool spot. Last Best Comedy Theater.
Nice.
And that's it, folks.
All right, folks. Well, what?
Huh?
What? Nice smooth ending.
Legendary broadcaster says what? We are on the Patreon, of course. Check us out. We got our bonus episode for the month is up. Our Desert Island episode where we talk about what we would bring of different topics to a desert island.
So much laughter.
Just a wonderful time. Do yourself a favor. You got to be a member on the Patreon to access that. And that's it. Thank you.
5-star review, leave, and we will. You know the drill.
Yeah. Listen,
All right.
man.
Yeah.
And that has been our show. Thank you for listening to
The Cavalry.